Hey guys, so for this look, the very first step which you need to follow, not only for this look, honestly for every look, moisturize. After that, go in with your primer. So I'm going to use my primer because before I started shooting the video, I had already applied my moisturizer, and I even applied a little lip balm. It wasn't tinted so you can't see it, but of course I prefer using it even before using a primer. This primer which I'm using gives me a natural glow, fills up the very little pores which I have, and yeah, it does the work. After that, you can either go in with your foundation or you can go in with your concealer. Today I'm using my Swiss Beauty concealer in the shade medium, and I'm gonna be applying it in the way I always do, that is under my eyes like this. As I always say, this ensures a face. After applying it, now I'll blend it with my beauty blender. Use a wet beauty blender, or if you use a brush instead of a blender, you can go in with that too. I also applied a little bit of concealer on my brow bones and a little bit above them. Oh my god, I didn't blend this. Ensure that you blend in your concealer very well, because if you miss that out, the parts where you are gonna put foundation over the concealer, it might look cakey or it might look like there are layers. So today's makeup, because it is something natural, you know, I'm in that phase when I'm into very natural, soothing, calming makeup, which is in fact very close to my original, you know, the base, or you can say something which I would wear anywhere, like even before thinking if it's a party or if it's just a small get together, or maybe if you know some guests are coming over at home. So we're gonna keep this very simple. I did not even apply foundation all over my face, fortunately, because I do not have you know, discolorations on my face. It is easier for me to avoid full coverage foundations. But for those of you who have it but you still want to try this out, I would say go for a light coverage. Just let you know your acne and everything just be a part of you. So we're just keeping it light this time. So anyways, before I get into more talking, we'll quickly start with our eyes. So for the eyes today, I'm gonna be using the Sugar Palettes blush. Don't look at my nails. No, they are fine. So I'm gonna be taking this blush right here, and I'm gonna be applying it on my outer crease, just to give it a nice soft pink glow to it before we go in with a little darker shade, or you can even avoid the darker shade which I'm gonna use. I think this can work. So I'm just gonna apply it on my outer crease like this, drag it in so that it gives a nice transition. Or if you're applying it, you can actually apply this shade like in a uniform way all over your lip. I'm talking so much. That's because I'm alone right now. I don't have my brother around or anybody to disturb me. Now you can go in with how much ever building you want. I'm just gonna keep it like this. Just blend in a little bit more if you want to. Okay, so now that my prominent color has been blended in nicely and applied on the places where I wanted it to be, I'm gonna be using this compact right here. Now this compact is from MAC, but it's too pink to be used as a compact for me. My mom had gotten this because she is of a pink undertone, but she doesn't use it anymore, so she gave it to me, and I'll be using it as an eyeshadow. So now you can see that I've applied it on my eyes, and I'm I'm gonna do the same on my other eye so that you can see how it blends in, how it transforms. I'm just gonna apply it on the area where I didn't apply any eyeshadow, and oh my god, this is such a good eyeshadow for me. I don't know if it's visible on the camera that well, but in real life, the color which I used on my crease and the color which I'm using right now as an eyeshadow from the compact is amazing. I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit more. If you want, you can try out this hack. You can either do what I did, or what you can do is you can try out using a shade which is a little lighter to the shade which I have used, and do the same thing. So this is all about the eyeshadow. After that, I'm gonna go in with my kajal because I wanted to keep it more simple, so I wouldn't even go in with a liner. I'm taking a kajal today so that I can blend it in a little. I'm really sorry, I know I'm talking so much. Now I'm just gonna apply the kajal on my inner waterline and eyelash. I'm not gonna create a wing with it. I'm just kind of giving the impression of a puppy eyeliner, but I'm not gonna draw any wing, not even do the proper puppy eyeliner. I'm just gonna give an impression with the kajal. Ow. Now you can either keep blending it inwards like I am doing right now, or you can just leave it midway. I generally leave it midway, but today I just felt like doing it. I don't think that you need to go in with the inner waterline, just the outer one is fine, and do the same process on the other eye. So I've done the kajal on both of my eyes. This one may be a little bit abruptly ending, I don't know, because I generally do not use kajal like this. I just use it sometimes for making a wing probably, or to create an impression just on the outer side. I never drag it inwards, but I tried it today. So next I'm gonna be going in with this blush right here from the Sugar palette again. This is a very subtle blush, and again, because this is a very subtle look, I'm gonna be using it. And this blush, sometimes maybe because of the strong lighting or something, it doesn't really show that well on camera because it's honestly very subtle. But I try to show it. So I think it's a little visible today because of the natural lighting and everything. So you blend it in nicely. Remember, blending is very important, and as this video is mainly focused for audience who are beginners, I'm saying everything. I'm not going to be including any contouring today because I'm trying to keep it as simple, as natural as possible. So next what we are going to do is we can either use a highlighter, or we can directly go in with the lipstick. I'm going to be using a little bit of highlighter here and there, not on all the places which I generally do. So a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my brow bones, on my cheeks. For the lips, After a lot of contemplation, I have finally decided to go in with this lip crayon of LA18. It is in the shade Mauve Shot. I'm just going to use it how I always use. You can either use a brush to first create the outlining and then fill it up with the crayon. So I'm not going to show you the process because this video is getting very lengthier than I expected it to be. So I'll just quickly put it on. And this is the completed look, guys. I used the mauve crayon for the lipstick, and you know, all the other products which I used. It was a kajal, it was a blush, the sugar blush, and I used a pink based compact, too pink for me, so I used it as an eyeshadow. And for the blush I used the sugar palette again, so, and of course the concealer, a little bit of foundation. So I kept it as minimal as possible, and I just realized explaining a natural makeup is actually much more difficult than doing like a full face makeup. But I generally, when I step out or when I go somewhere around, I generally wear this kind of makeup only. I prefer wearing that. So I share one of those with you. Of course I do colorful ones sometimes, but generally it's something like this. So I just wanted to share that, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed watching the video and like this look. Do try it out and tell me how it was.